Welcome, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to get started with my live masterclass today, Sail Through PMS and Menopause Symptom Free, or almost. So I'm going to get into my slide presentation, share my screen, and we'll get started. All right, let's go. All right, I'll just pull up my slide presentation and we will jump in. Here we go. So welcome to all the people that are joining us live, and for those that are watching the replay, welcome as well. In case you don't know me, you've never met me before, my name is Sue-Ann Hickey. I'm a naturopath, and I love to help people heal their ailments naturally and also lose the weight they want to with a personalized body type plan. So I invite you to just take a minute for you now to get rid of all distractions and join us in this free masterclass where you can learn so much. And I want you to let go of that mentality, well, I already know this already, or this doesn't pertain to me, because we will be talking about PMS for some people, and they'll be like, well, I'm past menopause, so I don't need to learn about PMS. But wait, because there are a lot of things that I'm going to discuss about estrogen levels, xenoestrogens, all kind of things throughout the whole presentation. So even if I'm talking about PMS, it will totally relate to those that are in menopause as well, and vice versa. So let's get started. All right, so I think that there's no need to suffer with hormonal imbalance. Too many women have so many problems with like super heavy periods or cramping or menopause symptoms that are through the roof. And there is so much that you can do on a natural side. So we're going to unpack that today. So there's three things that we're going to dive in today. Number one, what helps balance hormones, whether for PMS or menopause. Number two, we're going to talk about the 4 types of PMS and how to overcome them. And we're going to talk about different things like how to alleviate cramping and things like that. And number 3, we're going to talk about 4 crucial things to know to help you sail through menopause. So my name is Sue-Ann Hickey. For those that are new here, as I said, I'm a naturopath. I have my practice just west of the island of Montreal in Hudson, and I've been helping clients for 15 years. I absolutely love what I do, helping transform people's lives on so many levels. And nutrition, healthy eating, healthy lifestyle has been a passion of mine since 1990. Yes, I am no spring chicken. I first started getting interested in healthy eating when I started practicing yoga, but a little bit before that, so a little bit about me. I grew up following a fairly healthy lifestyle. I was probably 5 years old, picture above. My mom dressed me up as a bunny, ski bunny, on the last day of our classes. That's me in the middle. I'm the youngest of 5 kids, so we, played a ton outside before internet and was very active. But I had a lot of personal issues to overcome. My dad left and came back many times when I was young, abandonment issues, all the things. So I used a lot of alcohol back in the day. That's me in the sorority down below. A lot of partying, which I thought was normal, but in retrospect, I was kind of trying to numb those feelings of pain, of anger that I had suppressed for so many years. So I did a lot of my own work. I did therapy and a lot of different modalities, like taking workshops, reading self-help books, shelves of self-help books. I think life is a lifelong learning journey in order to help us overcome our emotional issues. So that's all part of the physical as well, right? It's all intertwined. And then finally in my 50s, I met the man of my life, the man of my dreams. Took me a long time, as I said, had to overcome abandonment issues and all kinds of things to heal before he finally came into my life. And now I'm living my best years yet. So yes, it is possible to sail through menopause and enjoy your best years of your life. So it was my first yoga class that completely transformed my life. Back in the day, my brother-in-law says, you were really messed up and yoga helped you. Well, okay, maybe he's right about that. So I started practicing yoga, started learning about meditation, completely changed my diet to one which was much healthier. I set off around the world on a around the world spiritual journey that lasted a year and a half. I was looking for answers. I was searching. I went to India, 6 months in India, 3 months in Nepal, learning about Buddhism, meditation. And was vegetarian at the time. And I truly believe that vegetarian diet is the most healthy diet that we can eat, a plant-based diet, and healthy for the planet. And it can work perfectly for some body types. I'll be talking a little bit about the different body types at the end. But for myself, I was lacking in protein and I made a lot of mistakes. And I was eating way too much cheese to try and get my protein as a vegetarian. And I was hypoglycemic. My hands were covered in eczema for 20 years. I was up and down like a roller coaster. I was hungry all the time and snacking nonstop. I would yawn for half an hour every afternoon. My energy would just simply crash. So it was only when I started taking my classes to be a naturopath that I finally learned what I needed to do, which included eating right for my body type. That completely transformed my health. And I went from being one of the slowest members in this cycling club, this is in Lake Placid, to being able to ride with some of the fastest guys, which was so much fun, me and all these guys. And everyone was asking me, like, what are you doing? Because my energy and strength just skyrocketed and I felt amazing. So, all the things I was learning in my classes to be a naturopath, to balance myself, balance my PMS, balance my body, get rid of my hypoglycemia, the eczema on my hands completely cured, never to come back. And I felt so much better in balance. And I just had to, help other people do the same because I was feeling off the charts amazing. So when I started my practice as a naturopath, I was helping others transform. And as I said, I feel that this is my true life calling. I absolutely love what I do. When I see my clients transform their health and their life, I'm as excited as they are. So this is Lesia. She dropped 36 pounds. And along the way, I became known as a weight loss specialist because eating right for your body type not only transforms your energy and your hormones and your way of being, your way of eating, but it also works amazing for weight loss. So I became known for that. So in this day and age, I think, we're expected to be superwoman, do all the things, handle all the things. And it's time to take off the cape and know that we are human beings. We need rest. We need to slow down. We need to take downtime and stop trying to do everything for everyone else and sometimes putting our own expectations last. We end up eating on the run. Our stress is through the roof, driving kids around, taking care of aging parents, and there's no time for you. And believe me, stress wreaks havoc on everything. So it's time to make the changes. So there are so many things you can do to help alleviate symptoms, as I said, PMS, menopause, but I do not have a magic pill. Unfortunately, it's not hasn't been prescribed yet for myself or anyone else. But there are a lot of things you can do. So I invite you to take notes, take screenshots, try and figure out what works for you. Take what works and leave the rest. So making a few changes can help you stay balanced and feel so much better. The most important thing, like people ask, what is a naturopath? What do you do? Like, what's the difference between, a naturopath and a nutritionist? So a nutritionist or dietitian looks really only at your diet. But as a naturopath, I have to put on my detective hat and I have to find out what's the cause of what's going on. Why is this person having, migraines? When does it happen? Oh, okay, it happens at the beginning of her period every single month. Okay, hormone migraines. Now we can help. When we get to the cause of the issue, that is when we can figure out what is going on. So I invite you this class to look at what might be causing your symptoms. So as I said at the beginning, what helps balance hormones, whether for PMS or menopause, both relate one to the other. So the number one thing, I was going to say this, eating whole foods in their most natural state possible is key. So getting rid of the processed and packaged foods, eating a healthy diet as much as possible is the number one thing that will help in all of your health issues. And so foods that nourish the reproductive system also nourish the nervous system. So you can take advantage of both. These things are sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, foods that are high in lecithin, such as egg yolks and sprouts. So those are really great nutrients that can help nourish your reproductive system. Now, there are foods that negatively affect the hormone health, all of our trans fats, high glycemic foods, refined foods, foods that have growth hormones like in meat and dairy, anything that's GMOs, things that have MSG, aspartame, all of the chemicals, all of our pesticides really affect hormone health because they also affect a lot of them, the liver, and we'll talk a lot about the liver. Stress management is key. So many times I see my clients having these ailments and then they go on vacation for 2 or 3 weeks. Miraculous, all the ailments disappear. They come back, bang, the symptoms come right back. It's a key thing to show us how important stress management is across the board for no matter what you are suffering from. I could see for myself when I started going through menopause and hot flashes started, when I was really, really stressed, the hot flashes were way more often. So yes, the liver and other organs should be working well. And one thing that we need to note is people ask, well, how do I know if my liver is working well? It is hard to know. And, some people might find after many, many years, they don't know that they feel that their liver is fine. They have no idea. They don't have very many symptoms until the doctor says, you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is something that is skyrocketing now due to the typical diet, which is high in processed foods, high in sugar, high in salt, and really detrimental to our health. So everything you can do to help your liver early on can be really beneficial to you. So some key questions to ask is, how do you feel 30 minutes to an hour after a meal? Another little tip you can do is try after you've had a meal, about half an hour after, to take a glass of hot water with the juice of half a lemon freshly squeezed into it and see if you feel better. If usually after a big meal you feel super sluggish and kind of slow and taking that liver water helps, that can indicate that your liver is toiling. Other signs are when you wake up between 1 and 3 a.m. in the morning. Some people might have skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis. You may have digestive issues, headaches, migraines. The liver is the gland of anger. So many people don't know that. If you're really, really easily angered and get frustrated really easily, that could indicate that your liver is toiling. So be aware of that. Hypoglycemia can be another symptom, gas and bloating, digestive issues once again, allergies. And of course you can tell me, but these symptoms can come from so many other things as well, which is true. So as I said, it's not always easy to know if your liver is toiling. For myself, I remember years ago, I went to the osteopath and she was moving like my leg so that my thigh was pressing against my liver. And I was like, ouch. And I'm like, what is that? She's like, well, your liver is congested. I'm like, me? That was after I had taken my classes to be a naturopath and I had made a lot of changes. I thought I considered myself to be very healthy. But lo and behold, yes, my liver also can use some help because the liver has like 500 functions to do. And if you're breathing in air pollution, if you're exposed to any chemicals, if you have fatty or fried foods, all these things can make it hard for your liver. So here's a list of foods that are beneficial for the liver. The most important ones are your dark leafy greens, especially bitter greens like arugula. So other greens are good as well. Beets, carrots, squash, tart cherries, hot water, and lemon first thing in the morning is one thing that can help the liver detox. You can try that. And some people say the lemon is not good for your enamel, so you can, rinse your mouth, brush your teeth as soon as you've finished. So enemies of the liver, alcohol, number one, chemical additives, any chemicals. Tap water, better to use like natural spring water if you can, or at least filtered water, recycled stale air, smoke, insecticides, pesticides, aerosol sprays. So basically all of our chemicals. And yes, coffee can be a little hard on the liver, but don't worry, I don't take away my clients' coffee. All right, so let's jump into now 4 types of PMS. So there's A for anxiety, D for depression, C for cravings, and H for hydration or bloating. Now, A for anxiety, I know for myself, that was one thing more the irritability the 3 days before my period were really off the charts. And what's happening is there can be too much estrogen and not enough progesterone. So dandelion is excellent to help the body balance those hormones. So what you can do, which I did, was you take a B6 vitamin from day 14 to 28. So day 1 is the first day that you start your period. You don't have to take it for the first 14 days. You start it on day 14 to day 28, and always accompanying it with a complex B vitamin. We never want to take one B vitamin alone for more than 3 months because that could completely unbalance your B vitamins. Doing this can be a complete game changer. I helped many clients, myself included, going from being super irritable to like, oh, my period's here. Who knew? And feeling completely fine. So it's a great thing to try. So D, a lot of people suffer from depression before and during their periods. Again, this is something that you can help. Usually there's more progesterone than estrogen at that time when that's going on. So making changes to your diet is key. Reducing and avoiding sugar as much as possible, less cheese, red meat, alcohol, refined salt. I have seen my clients go from having super heavy periods with a lot of problems to much lighter periods that were much easier to handle simply by avoiding sugar. Because if some of my clients have had what's called candida, an overabundance of yeast in the body. So when they did the candida protocol, that's 0 sugar to get rid of it for 3 months. And every one of them told me that their periods were so completely changed. So it's true that changing your diet will change your hormones. Bach flower remedies is something that's super great for emotional turmoil. Dr. Edward Bach, B-A-C-H, came up with these wonderful herbs and essences from plants that help on an emotional side. And if you think, well, that's just placebo, I don't believe in it. I've helped clients, I've helped children, even animals. Like my brother's dog used to freak out during thunderstorms. They'd put a little rescue remedy on their hands, let him lick all the rescue remedy, and the dog would calm down. So it can be really helpful. Then finally, PMSC for cravings. So often we need to stabilize our blood sugar. So the number one craving that usually comes up during PMS time is sugar, right? So how to stabilize your blood sugar? Number 1 is increase protein, especially at breakfast. So having maybe eggs or having like a Greek yogurt, everything you can do to increase your protein at breakfast will help keep you stable all day long. Number 2, drink more water is very beneficial for sweet cravings. And having snacks throughout the day, try to keep your not going too long without eating to keep your blood sugar balanced. And number 3, you need to reduce sweets. Increasing essential fatty acids. So many of us are lacking in essential fatty acids. We don't eat enough salmon, enough fatty fish, enough seeds and nuts to get the essential fatty acids we need. So taking a supplement can really help. And then finally, PMSH for hydration and bloating. Again, many women suffer from this. So there are two supplements that I could recommend. Dandelion or parsley have a diuretic effect. So it helps the body release the extra water. Also, you can drink more water and always replace regular table salt with sun-dried sea salt from France. This one is a little pink in color, which is not too bad. I mean, salt is good for you if it has color. So either pink Himalayan sea salt, or even better is the gray salt from Brittany, France. And that is dried in the sun, is natural. It has all the vitamins and minerals, iodine naturally in it. So it's much better for you than our highly refined table salt, which is found in most foods. Ginger supplements are amazing for menstrual cramps and hormonal headaches. I have helped so many women, and people say, oh, well, I'll have a ginger tea. But wait, it doesn't work as well. I highly recommend the company that I use is called Nature's Sunshine. If you want to know more about how to get 25% off the retail price and free shipping, just DM me or message me. If you're watching the replay, hit reply and I can tell you how to order. It's an amazing company in Canada and the US. They have products that are really high quality and very dense and very strong. So if you take like 2 capsules of ginger, or 3 in the morning and 3 in the evening before your period, or even for a few months, if you're experiencing really bad hormonal headaches. I had one woman, it had been, I think, 10 or way more years with complete hormonal headaches, unable to get out of bed, migraines like crazy, and ginger supplements completely got rid of them, as well as menstrual cramps, because ginger is a natural antispasmodic. So taking it during your period can also completely eliminate menstrual cramps. It is such a great supplement. All right, let's jump into menopause. Woohoo! Preparing your body and mind for menopause is the best way to sail through. And back in the day when I was taking my classes to be a naturopath, my teacher was saying, if you prepare your body and you're super healthy and you do all the things, you will sail through menopause and you will have no symptoms. I'm like, yes, that's me. I'm doing all the things. And lo and behold, when I finished my periods around age 52, which is around the average age, of course, can be like in the 30s or in up to 60 plus. But I started having hot flashes, not too bad, but mild hot flashes now and then. I'm like, you lied to me. I am not supposed to be having hot flashes. Well, welcome to the club. About 80 to 90% of women have hot flashes. And as I said, mine were mild. But there is a lot that you can do if your hot flashes are debilitating. So let's jump in. I think there's so many misconceptions about menopause, right? Women think it's a horrible time to say, woe is me, I can't do anything, I'm getting older, my body is drying up and my libido is out the door, and it's downhill from here, I'm going to have osteoporosis. This is so totally wrong. Menopause does not need to be a time where you gain a ton of weight, where your body falls apart. You can do so much. As I said, I am no spring chicken. Whoops. And whoops, sorry about that. And I have had many great years before menopause and after, and it is all fine. I am here to tell you that you don't have to worry, that there's much you can do, and these can be the best years of your life. You can totally reinvent yourself during menopause. You can, the kids are older and you have your own time back. You can start a new career. And it's a time as you go through your 50s where you don't give a flying, you don't care what other people are saying about you. And so it's a time of transformation. It's a time of personal power. It is an amazing time where you can enjoy the best years of your life. So don't give in to all this talk that menopause is horrible and everything's coming to an end. So the possible causes of hot flashes now. Number one, the liver is either overworked, so congested. As I said, many of us have that problem, or weak. Number two, stress. As I said, stress exasperates everything. Three, glandular weakness, especially the thyroid and the adrenals. And four is a poor diet. So look at this list and ask yourself, which are the ones that I could work on? Which are the ones that I need help with? And figure that out for yourself and start with the one that's easiest and work on to the next. So the adrenal glands increase the need for vitamin C by 75% in menopause, because here's what happens. Before menopause, the ovaries and the liver and the adrenal glands and the fat cells are producing estrogen. And then after menopause, the ovaries stop producing estrogen. So it's up to the adrenal glands and the liver to make up for that and be producing estrogen and balancing the hormones all by themselves. So if your liver is toiling, if your adrenal glands are like so fried because you're stressed all the time, yes, it's going to be harder for you to handle the menopause symptoms. That's why it's a whole global thing. So taking a vitamin C every day can be really helpful to help boost up your adrenal glands. And I suggest you take 1,000 milligrams time released, because the body only absorbs 250 milligrams at a time. So, you might go to the store, the pharmacy, where you might get something that's not very good quality, and it's 500 milligrams. So you're absorbing 250, but the rest is going into the toilet. So I take one that's 1,000 time released, so I get the full benefits all day long. So what exasperates hot flashes? Heat, being in the summer, super hot day. Also alcohol, coffee, sugar, and spicy foods, because these dilate the arteries. So there are natural forms of estrogen that can help alleviate menopause symptoms. So flaxseed in any form, 2 different supplements that can help: black cohosh, dong quai. Cruciferous vegetables contain natural forms of estrogen. Phytoestrogens, those are estrogens found in many of our foods. Whoops, sorry, I don't know why this is, I'll stop going forward and backwards. So with phytoestrogens, you find them in many foods. And so you can increase your cruciferous vegetables to get the natural estrogen that you need. So there are xenoestrogens as well. Now, these we need to be careful of, especially for people in menopause or even PMS, because xenoestrogens, that means it's a foreign estrogen. And these come from all of the chemicals that we're exposed to. And what happens is that they block the receptor sites for the natural estrogen. So they mimic these natural hormones, but they take up space. So then we're not getting the natural estrogen that we need. Now you can find these, I won't read the whole list. You can read through it quickly, or as I said, take a screenshot. But all of these xenoestrogens wreak havoc on our hormonal system, because, as I said, they're gumming up the receptor sites, and then the estrogen cannot get to where it needs to because of these chemical xenoestrogens. So try to avoid as much as possible. Again, get rid of all the chemicals. If you're using perfumes, or if you're using skincare products that have perfumes in these, often they're chemical perfumes. Try to buy things like your shampoos, your creams, cosmetics in the most natural state possible, without the parabens. Never cook plastic in the microwaves. So reducing all the chemicals as much as possible will help. So balancing the beneficial estrogens, you can get moderate exercise. Again, as I said, cruciferous vegetables. If you're having soya products, a lot of people are confused with soya, because back in the day, It was given a bad rap, but as long as it's organic and non-GMO, then it's actually beneficial for you. If you have a history of breast cancer, you might not want to have too much. You check with your doctor. So a high protein diet is so beneficial across the board. Again, flaxseed comes up, flaxseed oil. Flaxseed can go rancid very quickly, so make sure that it's fresh. Wild yam and chaste tree is a combination supplement that is excellent to balance estrogen, especially through menopause. Omega-3 essential fatty acids, as I said before, some of our B vitamins. Now, one key thing to note is that what works for one might not work for another. Why? Because you are as unique as your fingerprint, and your hormonal balance is as well. So that is why sometimes it can be challenging. So some people might take, black cohosh for their hot flashes, and it will work amazing for them. Someone else can take it and it won't work. So sometimes it's a matter of trial and error. A lot of people swear by evening primrose oil. So you can try out different things and see what works for you. But all of these things that I'm suggesting across the board, healthy diet, exercise, all these different foods can help as well. So omega-3s for people going through menopause, super important because our body does get drier. So vitamin E oil can be used internally or topically for vaginal dryness. And let's just talk a minute about vaginal dryness because it's such a taboo subject. Like, I don't want to tell anyone, but it's completely normal. As we get older, yes, the thinning of the vaginal walls is real and that gets dry for most women. But there is a lot you can do. You can use vitamin E, you can take omega-3, or you can also use coconut oil during intercourse. It tastes good. Okay, too much information. Or you can also use bioidentical hormone cream or hormone cream like estriol. For myself, many years ago, when I met my boyfriend, it had been a while since I had been active sexually. So I started with a bioidentical hormone cream. It's very non-invasive, right? You're putting a little bit of cream up in your vagina twice a week. And I say that you can have the vagina of a 25-year-old at any age. There is no need to suffer or to have painful sex, painful intercourse because of vaginal dryness. There is so much you can do. You can also get hormone cream like estriol, estrogen cream, and it's very non-invasive, right? Because you're only using a little bit. It's a very, very small concentration, and a little bit will make a huge difference. So highly recommend for any woman in menopause. A lot of women might complain about low libido during or after menopause. So, again, helping the liver can help with that. Being relaxed and connected to your partner is essential, right? If we're stressed and we got the to-do list going in our head, not a good match for having relaxed, a great time with your partner. There are lots of supplements you can take. Maca is one. Maca should be taken 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, continuing like that, and not taken all the time. Morning is the best time for men. That's when their testosterone is highest. There's a book that I read years ago called Come As You Are. Highly recommend. It's a big book. But I mean, some of the things she's saying is that you can tell yourself, I'm a woman who loves sex. And things you can say to yourself, because usually the woman is in their head with the to-do list, right? So let the to-do list go, let yourself relax. And yes, you can have a beautiful time with your partner at any age. So bioidentical hormones, let's talk about that. I think if you are experiencing huge menopause challenges, maybe try bioidentical hormones first and see how that goes for you. I think that saliva testing is a great way to do it because in the blood tests, you might not get the pure bioavailable free hormones that are there. So with a saliva test that measures the active hormone levels. So you're like telling me, Swen, how do I go about this? Where do I do this? How do I sign up? The best way to start, I think, is to find a a pharmacy that does compound pharmacy. So that is a pharmacy that will make bioidentical hormones in the pharmacy for you. Talk to your doctor about it, find out if it's something that he or she is in agreement with, and you'll find the compounding pharmacy to get your prescription filled. As I said, that's what I did when I wanted the vaginal cream. I started with bioidentical hormone cream. So that's one thing you can start with if your symptoms are through the roof. It's a more natural route than hormone replacement therapy. But for some, hormone replacement therapy is perfect and it works well for them. I am not here to tell you what to do. I'm only here to offer you suggestions. It's up to you to make all the choices that you want to. Because as I was saying before, you're as unique as your fingerprint, but you need to understand and have the blood test done, the saliva test done, so you have a clear, or your medical professional has a clear knowledge of what is going on, so that they can then help you with the right amount of either estrogen, progesterone, whatever you need. So let's jump into eating right for your body type. Sorry, there we go. So eating right for your body type, in my opinion, is the key to optimal health for health and weight loss. This is my passion. This is what I do every day, helping my clients learn how to eat right for their body type. We distinguish 4 different body types, which has to do with the glands. Nothing is wrong with those glands. You can have like hypothyroid and you can be any of the body types. But as I said, for me, eating right for my body type was a complete game changer in my health and my life. And once I started eating right for my body type, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. I feel so amazing. I am never going back. I'm eating this way for the rest of my life. And now I help my clients, number 1, determine their body type, and number 2, make the changes that they can. Now, if you're looking at the pictures and you're like, I kind of look like the pituitary type, be careful, because you can be completely thrown off with looking at the body type shape and trying to figure out your body type that way. When I do a consultation, I look at your energy levels. I look at your food cravings, your food preferences. Are you a night owl or a morning person? What's your personality like? That can tell a whole lot about your body type. What ailments are you most prone to? So there's a lot that goes into figuring out someone's body type. Let's just dive into a couple of the types. So what happens when you eat right for your body type? Your energy goes up, like across the board. Every single one of my clients will tell me, I have more energy. I can't believe it. My cravings have gone way down. I don't even crave the salty or the sweet like I used to. You're not as hungry because you're nourishing your body with the right foods at the right time for you. So your appetite is kept in check. And then there's a feeling of overall well-being from the inside out, because you're balancing your glands. So it works so amazing, because, so say how it works is, say you're kind of slow in the morning, takes you a while to get going, leave me alone, I need my coffee. So that could indicate that your metabolism is slow in the morning as well. So a small light breakfast could be perfect for you. And then maybe a medium to light lunch, and dinner is the main meal of the day, because that is when your metabolism is highest, and that's when you're going to burn off all of your calories most easily. So some people are trying to do the complete opposite. They are eating a huge breakfast, medium to lunch, trying to eat a light dinner, and then they're hungry all day long because their breakfast was too big. They're hungry at night because their dinner was not big enough. So eating right for your body type changes your life and your health. So if you are a gonad type, that's also known as the pear shape, and many gonad types do have challenges more with the reproductive system ailments, because it has to do with the ovaries. So they might have breast cysts, ovarian cysts. They might have a lot of challenges with PMS and menopause. So making changes to their diet will be really beneficial for them. They are generally the motherly caregiver type, not all of them, but a huge percentage. They might choose a profession like a nurse or, a therapist, a psychologist. And for them, a small light breakfast is perfect. They'll often say, I'm not even hungry for breakfast. I'm doing intermittent fasting, which I'm not a big fan of. I think, even if you're not hungry, have something small just to keep your metabolism going. Intermittent fasting has been shown to decrease your muscle mass. So it's the last thing we want to do as we age. Anyway, we're not here to talk about intermittent fasting. We have to finish up. So dinner is the main meal, and dinner needs to be early for the gonad type. So like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, they'll say, I get home from work and I'm so hungry. I'm like, yes, because that's the best time for dinner for you. You need more sleep than any of the other four body types. And often you are always taking care of others and you have a hard time taking care of yourself. So you need to put yourself first. This is Cindy, a client I work with. She lost 28 pounds. She thought she was only going to lose 10. She was even like running half marathons, but still the weight wouldn't come off. But when she started eating right for her body type, bang, so much of the weight came off and she looks and feels amazing. So the adrenal is another body type that might be having challenges with PMS symptoms because of their liver. So the liver is often congested on the adrenal body type, sometimes due to a diet that is high in fat, due to stress, due to the alcohol that can make them feel strong. So they can often say, I just love food. They are the strongest of all four body types. Think Oprah, right? Strong shoulders, large chest, really determined to go after the goal. I love working with them because once they harness that determination, there's no stopping them. Portion control is key for them, and stress management is absolutely key to help them as well. This is Paula, an adrenal type I work with, and she was able to reduce her diabetic and blood pressure medications. She felt so much better. She said the program saved her life. So now you have two choices. The first option could be try to continue to do this on your own again. I mean, that's fine if that's where you're at, but you might get stuck where you normally do. It's very challenging to make changes on your own, to make changes to your diet, to do all the good things you need to. You might keep struggling, feeling frustrated and deprived and sabotaging your results. Or the second option could be take action. Get the support you need and learn how to eat right for your body type. Get the accountability and learn exactly what to do, how to release what's been holding you back. As I said, it's not only physical, it's also emotional. We work on that. So you can also join my body typology membership if that's something that feels good for you, to get the accountability and support that you need. So the doors are opening today, but they'll only be open until this Friday, November the 17th. It's an amazing platform where we come together every week on Zoom. And some people join the live calls, some people watch the replays. They really support each other along their path. It's amazing to see them transforming their health, transforming their weight, transforming their lives together through this program, with me guiding the way. And also there is a complete membership hub that I've created with tons of videos where you can get all the tools you need to make the changes that you want to. So how does it work? You start with a one-on-one consultation with me. We figure out your body type. We go over all the things that might be hindering your weight loss, what challenges you're having with your health. You get your body type plan, and then you get the step-by-step accountability and support. You join the group of amazing, motivated women, and the group is still small. We're thinking 15 members right now. So you have lots of time for coaching, Q&A, one-on-one, or the small groups on the Zoom, because not everyone makes the Zoom. So it's like maybe 3-4 people some weeks. You get all the materials, overcoming emotional triggers. And I do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're ready to jump in, I'm here to offer you some bonuses. you can get this hard copy of my cookbook, Spiral Bound Cookbook, with all my most delicious, healthy recipes I gathered from decades. It's an amazing, amazing cookbook. You get my Natural Ways to Lose Weight ebook and the one-on-one consultation with me that's worth $100. I'm still doing that for each member that joins before Friday. So when you join up, you'll be taken to this page, my website, the Body Typology membership, and you just scroll down. You will see here is where you can click on. So the price is $30 US per month, which is about $40 Canadian. If you want to save and get 2 months free, you can join for a year. So you just click on the yellow button and you'll be taken to this payment page where you can fill in your information and you'll get immediate access to the hub. So I'm super excited. I hope you'll join me. It's been amazing helping you learn a lot about balancing your hormones and helping you through any PMS and menopause symptoms. We have all ages in the membership. It is a great bunch of women, and there were just 6 new people that joined in October, but I don't know if I'm going to be offering it again this year. It might be closed till January, so now is the time to jump in. And as a final thing, I also do work one-on-one, obviously, with my clients that want to have that one-on-one more devoted attention just for them. So if by all means you want to jump on a free clarity call, feel free to do that, and I'd be happy to help you out. So I hope this helps. I hope you learned a lot. And thanks for watching, everyone. And I hope to see you inside the Body Typology membership program. If you have any questions, just reply to the email watching the replay and let me know. Thanks and have a wonderful day.